车子，然后你还跑。
不是，因为刚刚那台车，
你就承认，
对，我承认。
我要拍你是因为我要教训一下，我说你这样子没有道德的。
然后你知道更靠的是他在道歉的时候，他还在笑。smiling， 幸好他没有遇到 Michael 哥，因为如果遇到 Michael 哥的话，他就死定了。
刚撞我车子，然后你还跑。
不是，因为刚刚那台车，
你就承认，你承认你刚
我承认
撞我的车子。
对，不好意思。
那你为什么撞我的车子还跑？
因为隔壁那台车。
没有，刚刚没有什么问题。我们全部有录下来了。我今天没有对你怎么样，我要拍你是因为我要教训一下，我说你这样子没有道德的。我说这样子，你有道歉我就好。
大家刚刚看到这些画面，就是刚刚的时候发生的。那我选择不报警，是因为我觉得我的 Alphard。的 Alphard it wasn't that bad。我在追踪他的时候呢，他还闯红灯，最后是因为另外一边的红灯，我们按喇叭，他才停下来。然后你知道更靠的是他在道歉的时候，他还在笑 ，smiling， 在路上 ，anything can happen。那如果真的遇到了意外，我觉得一定要停下来报警会比较好。但是因为这是我自己的选择 ，it wasn't a huge deal。所以如果是你们，告诉我你们会怎么做？幸好他没有遇到 Michael 哥，因为如果遇到 Michael 哥的话，他就死定了。It's not right, and it's just weird. 然后再来是，那是个私人场地，我的私人的停车场。Hey, whoever you are, please come out. 拜托把车子牵走，然后以后不要这样做了。今天发生了一个非常奇怪的一件事情，我本来不想要分享，但我觉得我还是要自拍，然后给大家看一下，然后看看你们怎么想。今天离开公司的时候，然后我的同事们发了监视器的画面给我，我们就发现有一个人，大家都不认识的，就直接把他的机车停到我们私人车库里面。我知道我们有宣布。这个周末星期日我们会有一个车库拍卖，但是 dude 你不需要这么早来卡位 ，like I mean 我们大家都不认识你，你就这样子停。其实我现在如果要严肃一点的话，我觉得 it's not right and我觉得对大家都不太好。然后我也是要保护我的团队，我的同事，even I have to protect myself。这个是有安全的一些 sensitive things in there。It's just weird。然后再来是。那是个私人场地，我的私人的停车场。I mean, I don't know who you are， 我不知道你是谁，但是我希望你可以 come out， 把这件事情处理好。因为我们已经报警了，所以我希望可以用最好的方式去解决。Hey, whoever you are, please come out， 拜托把车子牵走，然后以后不要这样做了，拜托。All right, peace out. When Taiwan AP called me, they let me know that headquarters was really upset that I sold the watch. They didn't say I got blacklisted, but they kind of hinted that. Basically told me that I am disinvited. Watch a brand should not have any power over me. This vlog, I'm going to tell you my story with AP, how Audemars Piguet totally disappointed me, how I felt disrespected by them, and how I'm at a crossroad right now about if I should keep all of my AP watches or not. And I'm also gonna tell you guys that a watch brand will not define who I am. One watch brand will not have power over me. I am my own man, and let's get started. AP disappointed me because I recently got a call from them saying that 2 of the watches that I previously bought were registered under a different name now, which means I sold them. And yes, I did sell them. However, let's go back in time and let me explain a couple things. I love the brand AP, probably more than any other watch brand. And I've been a customer of theirs for many years, as well as my family members, my wife, and pretty much all of my close friends are their customers and VIPs. When Taiwan AP called me, they let me know that Headquarters was really upset that I sold the watch. They didn't say I got blacklisted, but they kind of hinted that. And this wasn't the first time that I was told I was blacklisted by AP. I know we're in the middle of this story, but I just wanted to stick in a side story that happened about 2-3 years ago. A friend of mine saw that we started Empire Watch Club and we had our own IG and we had our own vlogs. He wanted to sell his chrono AP. Obviously, we have a big reach, so he reached out to me and he asked if we could share a story or something or a post on EWC and say that he wanted to sell his watch. And we did. We helped him out. It was a buddy, it was a close friend of mine. It wasn't just a buddy. In about a week, we got his watch sold and we didn't even take a commission. Like, EWC is not selling and buying watches. Maybe not now, but hey, maybe later on we could do that. It's something that we can explore. But we did sell it for him and I actually shared the story on my IG. After that, my family and I, we didn't get any APs for over 1.5 years. I called a couple of people that were really close with headquarter. It wasn't until recently that I found out that I guess AP saw my story and they thought that I was trying to sell a watch that was still under production. They didn't want to give me a watch, which was really weird. Anyway, I found out that all of these AP boutiques, they kind of have to ask headquarter or kind of like an interview process whenever they want to sell a really nice or limited or special Royal Oak to their customer. And I guess I was flagged. They felt like I was trying to flip. I'm not really sure what the real reason was, but I guess that led to me and my family not getting watches for over 1.5 years. And going back a couple months ago, AP invited me and my wife, Dizzy, to Tokyo for one of their private events, which supposedly they were going to launch a new limited edition watch. Obviously, it's still kept confidential. We don't know which watch it is. They basically told me that I am disinvited. My wife is not invited anymore either. And, headquarters is really upset because they just didn't like the fact that I sold these 2 watches. One was the limited edition, China edition in titanium, Quantium Perpetual. The reason why I wanted to sell the watch wasn't because I didn't like AP. It was because I wanted another AP. I traded it for this yellow gold white dial perpetual calendar. And that's because I started to wear all yellow gold and rose gold watches. Hence my nickname, the Rigman now. RYG, Rose and Yellow Gold Man, So it was just a matter of taste and preferences. I've grown into more of a yellow gold and rose gold person. And a couple months ago, I decided to sell my 15412 BC, the white gold open work double balance with factory gem set bezel. And I actually traded it in for the same exact watch, but in rose gold. To be honest with you, I actually had to put in more money, especially for this piece. A lot more money. I don't even want to tell you guys because it sounds stupid. I was actually really upset and disappointed when they called me for numerous reasons. And first, I didn't take profit and I didn't flip the watches. If I wanted to flip it, I would have chose a better time, which was maybe 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago. Not now. The market for APs have gone down significantly. And I traded it in for the same brand, the same watches, but just in a different material. And I actually had to spend more money to get these. I'm actually repping the brand still. It's just that these are discontinued. They don't make them anymore. And secondly, I've had those 2 watches for more than 2 years. I didn't think that we would have a clause or a contract or anything like that when I bought the watch. No one ever stated to me from AP that I couldn't sell these watches. And if I hold on to something for over 2 years, and if I want to sell it to get your brand and you're still upset, there's something wrong here. There's something very wrong here. What bothered me was, what gives them the right or power to be upset with me? Because I own these watches. They produce those watches to sell. They market it, they advertise it to sell to customers like me. And I choose to spend my hard-earned money to buy their products and rep them. I was really passionate about AP. I love the Royal Oaks. Starting from the 5402, the original. That really bothered me, and I felt disrespected by being disinvited, by being told that headquarters was really upset with me for selling their watches. And it made me think, am I supposed to just keep buying their watches and never sell? Like, my tastes and preferences have changed, so I'm going to buy what I want to wear. This is my right. I have the power to do so. I'm spending my money. And if I want to sell something to get something else, I'm the one deciding to do that. Not another person, not another brand, only me. I was super happy a couple months ago when AP Taiwan told me that I was invited to such a big private event by AP headquarters in Tokyo. They would fly us out and everything. But they're just like, yeah, it's kind of like an event and we're gonna publicize some things and we're gonna showcase a new watch. And let's not forget, Dizzy and I were invited, but we were also celebrities. So we get paid to do these type of gigs. They told us that headquarters and AP Taiwan didn't have a budget. They would only be able to fly us out and give us a hotel room. However, we have management companies, we have teams, and when we show up to certain events, we have a standard SOP. We agreed to go under our own circumstances, and we actually were ready to pay extra costs and bring our own team, glam, stylist, or whatever that was needed to show up to an event. Now, if any of you influencers or celebrities or artists out there, you know what we're talking about because this is not supposed to happen. But I convinced my wife because I loved AP so much. With this whole Japan trip, I was like really looking forward to it. I finally felt like included. I was in the AP inner circle. I felt special. I felt like finally they're giving me credit. Finally they're acknowledging me. They know who I am now. And to be honest with you, now I just feel like it's kind of like a cult following. More power to all these super VIPs. I'm not knocking them because they, like me, they love the brand. They are that inner circle. They are the core customers of AP and they're heavily invested. And I respect that. I do. I even seeked out all these dope, rare, vintage watches, and something that represents them so well is an open work perpetual calendar Royal Oak. This is a beauty. I would seek out watches like this, try to get affirmation, try to gain acceptance from these people. Now I'm just like, why? Like, I don't need it. I just wanted to share all of this because I felt like heartbroken. I just felt like this cringe inside. For a couple days, I was losing sleep, and it sounds funny to say that you're losing sleep over something that you're spending money on. And then I woke up and I was like, I don't really give a shit anymore. A watch, a brand should not have any power over me. Do I really want to hold on to these watches? Do I want to keep my APs? Or should I sell them? I understand this will have consequences. AP will never let me buy a watch again, but it's all good. This is the end of something, but it could be the beginning of something awesome. I got a smile on my face, and that's what watch collecting should be about. It should be about passion. It should make you happy, and you should love what you buy, and no one should be able to tell you what you can and can't do with your own property and your own assets. And last but not least, I do want to say, I don't like the Marvel collection. I think the Black Panther was hideous. I have no idea what they're doing with that. And Spider-Man just came out. Really? And you know what? It feels great to say. Like, I don't like these watches, and I was scared to say it before. Fuck. Why was I scared to say something?